In January 2020, we announced that we were going to be full-time entrepreneurs. In March of 2020, COVID shut down the world. What's up, Legacy Builders? I'm Rob.
I'm Reshawn.
And this is Learn, Hustle, Grow.
We help you build wealth and explore entrepreneurship so that you can leave a legacy.
She's a stock trader.
He's a realtor.
And we are debt-free entrepreneurs.
In our first full year of entrepreneurship, one of the things we confirmed was that real estate and the stock market are still our favorite ways to make money.
We learned that being able to work from home was crucial. Even in a pandemic, millionaires were made because of the stock market.
And realtors are essential. Houses continue to be bought and sold.
Some people struggle with the discipline required to work from home. We love the flexibility to make our own schedules.
Yeah, we have seen and heard all about people who are missing conference calls or taking the conference call from bed, not realizing that everyone can see the bed. So it can be a little tough if that's something you're not used to. But we also learned that we cannot live on $40,000 a year. That's right, life is expensive. And why is $40,000 a goal?
In the fire community, $40,000 is usually the number tossed around as a retirement goal to live off of.
Yep, in 2020, our living expenses came to a whopping $54,000. Now that is every dollar we spent, and $12,000 of that was reoccurring. So even though we know we won't have those expenses again, we decided to have a budget for at least $50,000 because we didn't travel in 2020.
Right.
And we plan to travel every year going forward. Also, we want to be prepared for those times when the unexpected comes up. So here we're going to show you a chart of what our expenses were and break down the categories.
First of all, our top three should not be a surprise to anyone because most people probably have the same, these same top three. So housing, I just can't get over it, even though we have a mortgage paid off, right? So I know some people probably look at that number and say, wait a minute, $13,000, even though your mortgage is paid off.
Yep.
Now, even though I know we have high taxes here in Texas on homes, I still can't get over why I'm paying $13,000 anything, right? So,
yeah.
But that's what it came out to once you do taxes and everything.
Yeah, that's taxes,
insurance,
HOA, and our utilities are covered in that as well.
Oh, utilities. Okay, cool. So yeah, over $13,000. So transportation.
We also no longer have a car note.
Yeah.
So this is where our unexpected expenses came in. The largest expense we had around transportation was $4,800 in repairs.
Yeah, right.
So Rob's car got a new engine as well as catalytic converters and a tune-up this year.
Right.
Now the tune-up we were prepared for, but that other stuff,
yeah,
complete surprise.
Yeah, I went in for a tune-up and came out with a whole new engine. It was kind of jacked up, but
Yeah.
But that's not a reoccurring thing. So
right. On top of that, the Infiniti G35 is a low-profile vehicle, so that means that the tires in the front and the tires in the back are different and cannot be rotated.
Right.
And this was the year for new tires.
Yeah.
That was $1,000 of that expense.
So the car hit us across the head this year, but not reoccurring. So it's all good.
Now, some of you guys might say, well, why not just buy a new car? The truth is, Rob and I don't want a car note. As new entrepreneurs, we're not in a position to take on a regularly occurring bill around our vehicles. So we'd rather just keep the one we have because we know what's going on with that car.
I'd rather travel, so it's all good. And the third one, of course, is food. Somebody eating a lot around here for that to be the top three. I don't know, but it's not me, y'all.
$6,000 of that was groceries because 95% of our meals were prepared at home.
Yeah, COVID.
Now, we actually saved in this area because we allow for about $3,000 in dining out per year. And that was cut significantly due to COVID because we were in the house on quarantine.
Right. And of course, the rest of that stuff you guys can look at, but we just want to touch on those top three.
Yeah, feel free to shoot us any questions in the comments below. Babe, what else would you say we've learned in our first year as entrepreneurs?
Entrepreneurship is hard.
Yes, it is.
It is much easier to go to someone else's job and collect a paycheck. I see why many of these people become millionaires, because they are willing to work harder than they did when they worked for someone else.
I mean, the people in our circle are always busy updating their course material, networking for opportunities, marketing their businesses. You name it. There is always something to do.
Well, always hustling. Another thing is there's always more to learn. We want to be great, so we should always be trying to grow. There's always something to learn, through podcasts or books or, YouTube, whatever, right? So
yeah, I mean, we don't have it all figured out.
No.
And things are constantly changing. And if you have your own business and you're not trying to stay abreast of what's new and different, then you'll fall behind.
Yep.
So another thing we figured out, I want to say was confirmed for us, was that time is an incredible gift.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Everything slowed down, right?
Yes. This pandemic gave us an opportunity to really focus. I mean, we left corporate America because we wanted more control over our time.
Yeah, right on
I mean,
time.
that's what it was really about.
Yeah.
But this entire situation taught us that if given enough time, we can probably learn anything.
Indeed. In 2020, Rashawn went from a travel agent to a full-time stock trading student.
No, seriously. In our 9-month trade and travel update, we shared with you guys that it took 9 months of following the stock market just to understand it well enough to see consistent results. If you talk to any professional stock trader, they will share with you that it takes years to get consistent.
Yeah.
And they've lost thousands of dollars during that process.
You have to be able to pivot, y'all. In 2018, we left our W-2 jobs and started a travel company. In 2019, we set off to travel the world.
Our goal was to offer international travel packages. I mean, who better to offer you a travel package than an international traveler?
Thought it was perfect.
Well, in 2020, COVID-19 shut down travel.
As the old saying goes, cash is king. It takes time to build any new business. Our last consumer debt was our mortgage.
We paid off a 15-year mortgage in 5 years. That's 10 years early. We have not incurred any new debt since 2018. In case you were wondering, we paid for our year of travel in cash.
We use credit cards and we pay the balance off in full every 30 days. Why is this important? Because fewer expenses equals less cash needed.
It is not at all uncommon for entrepreneurs to go into debt their first couple years of doing business. Honestly, we don't know if we would have had the courage to go into a entrepreneurial opportunity without being able to have a stash. We sit on a year of living expenses in cash. You guys have seen our numbers. You see what it costs us to live. Do you know what it costs you to live for a year? Do the numbers. That includes every dime you've spent. Personal capital will help you pull those numbers in for yourself.
If you believe in the reliability of a paycheck, then living without one might seem scary. 2020 definitely showed us how unreliable a paycheck could be.
2020 also confirmed once again how important it is to have a cushion. When we are desperate financially, we tend to make some poor decisions. The truth is, being able to cover our bills made it possible for us to screen who we would do business with.
Having cash gave us the opportunity to see just how good we could be. Because when you run out of money, you run out of time.
Yeah, after this year, we know that he is an awesome realtor.
Yep, and she is a fantastic trader.
Our final lesson in our first full year of entrepreneurship, our content is free, our time is not. We've realized just how important it is to protect our time. With most people working a W-2 job, they may not necessarily equate time with money. That means they don't always respect or place value on the time of an entrepreneur.
Yep. We have to create our own boundaries. We have to dictate how we want to spend our time.
See you in the next video.